Hello everyone. So it's April end now and most of the decisions are out. Emphasis on most, of course. So I thought I should share my admits and rejects with you so that you get some perspective about how the admission scene is currently playing out in Masters. I would just like to start by saying that this year has been one of the craziest in terms of unpredictability of decisions. You will understand why once I share my decisions with you. So without further ado, let's just start. First of all, to brief you about my profile first, you can see it here, or of course I will add it in the description. Based on this profile, I applied to about 8 universities, out of which I got 4 admits, 3 rejects, and 1 decision is still pending. I am yet to get a decision from Texas A&M University. I received rejects from New York University Tandon, San Jose State University, and State University of New York Buffalo. I received admits from Arizona State University, University of Illinois Chicago, Virginia Tech University, and of course last and the best, Northeastern University. So I'm pretty happy with my decisions given that I wanted to go to Northeastern University from the start. It was my top choice and I secured an admit there. So yeah, that part is good. Let us talk about all of these decisions briefly. So let us start by discussing the rejects. First of all, I did a lot of research before applying to all of these universities. That's why I applied to only 8 universities. I applied to only those universities where I wanted to attend and where I had the maximum probability of getting an admit. So all of the rejects that I got, the New York University, Tandon, SJSU and SUNY Buffalo, all of these were well within my range. So why did I get a reject? So first of all, the entire procedure is a black box. You don't really know what goes in and what goes out and what factors they are giving what importance. Whenever you get an admit and reject, it is very easy to pin everything on statement of purpose and letter of intents. People use these LORs and SOPs to justify any decision that does not make sense. So if someone has very great profile but still he is rejected, so they conclude that he might not have written his SOP properly. So, elaborating on that point, I wanted to discuss that I don't think that is the case anymore. There are several arbitrary factors that come into play when a committee reviews your application and decides whether or not you should attend your university. So, because in my case, I got rejected from NYU. I have been monitoring decisions that NYU has rolled out since past few months, and people with weaker profiles than me have gotten an admit along with a scholarship. So now I know that we could argue that okay, maybe my statement of purpose was not up to the mark, but then I do have 4 other admits. So somewhere these things don't add up. At the university could have at least considered giving me an admission without a scholarship, given that my profile was so great. So yeah, so this type of decisions you cannot really explain. There are factors that we do not know about and we cannot really conclude what affects your application and what does not. And for the other 2 rejects, the San Jose State University and SUNY Buffalo, I didn't really mind since I had already gotten an admit from NEU, so they didn't really bother me that much. Talking about my admits, even my admits have a funny story. So the first decision that I got was Arizona State University back in February. So I got a reject from Arizona State University initially. Just to be clear, it was an outright plain reject. So I wasn't waitlisted, I wasn't offered an admission to an alternative program. It was just plain reject. So I was pretty bummed out because for my profile, Arizona State University was very, very safe according to me. So I had looked up the past year's data and my profile was above average. So I sort of started to panic, this was my safe university, I got an reject so early in February itself from my safe university, so what would happen with the other universities that I have applied? But then I started receiving decisions one by one, and then I got a admit from Virginia Tech University. So I was relieved a little bit that okay, even if it's not my top choice, I still have an admit in place. And then right around March, I got a second email from ASU stating that they have re-evaluated my profile and that they have found that I am eligible for the MCS program, and which was the program I applied to, of course. So I was very confused, they did not find it eligible, not even eligible to be waitlisted, back in February, but then I was offered a direct admit in March. So at that point, I had already gotten an admit from Northeastern University, so I didn't really pay it much attention. And then after a week, I got offered scholarship from Arizona State University. So they offered to pay 3,000 for 2 of my semesters, so which brings up the total up to $6,000. 1 week more passes, I get another email stating that more $1,500 have been added to my scholarship. So in total, I got $7,500 of scholarship from Arizona State University. How does a profile go from rejected in February to admitted with $7,500 of scholarship? I was at a loss of words. However, I did find out later that several of the students that were initially rejected were offered again an admit in March. So, like, not many of them got scholarships, but yeah, many of them were offered an admit at least in March. So this just goes to show that the entire process is a black box. You don't really know what matters, what goes on. You can just apply, have a good profile, and just hope for the best. As for my other admits, I got an admit from University of Illinois, Chicago, Virginia Tech, and ASU, of course. From all of my universities, I decided to finalize the Northeastern University. I got admitted to the Master of Science in Computer Science program, which was, of course, my top choice at Northeastern, given the ranking and the reputation of Khoury College of Computer Sciences. There are several other factors which come into play. Boston as a location is very great for tech. There are lots of companies in Boston, so for internships and co-ops, I won't need to move to some other town. The Northeastern's co-op program is just great. There are several companies that have tie-up with Northeastern, so many people end up getting in co-op at one point or another in the duration of 2 years there. So yeah, I guess Northeastern it is.